men and women of the 142nd Maintenance Group say goodbye to Colonel William Kopp upon his departure as commander, and welcome Lieutenant Colonel Michael Kosderka as the new commander of the 142nd Maintenance Group. Since our founding, both our nation and state have faced unforeseen challenges, including large-scale health threats. The COVID-19 pandemic is not the first challenge faced by the 142nd Maintenance Group, nor will it be our last. Due to prudent health protection measures, today's ceremony participation has been limited. To the men and women of the 142nd Maintenance Group, not with us today, you are in our thoughts. Thank you for your understanding of our current situation and adhering to the current health protection condition measures. Please continue to be safe. 142nd Maintenance Group would like to recognize and thank the following distinguished guests for attending today's ceremony. Please hold your applause as we extend a warm welcome to Brigadier General Donna Prigmore, Commander, Oregon Air National Guard. Colonel Christopher Lantain, 142nd Mission Support Group, Commander. And to all senior officers, commanders, command chief master sergeants, and all distinguished military, family, civilian guests, and friends who are joining us this morning. In just a few moments, Colonel William Kopp will relinquish command of the 142nd Maintenance Group to Lieutenant Colonel Michael Kosderka. The ceremony you are about to see is a time-honored tradition in the military which visibly assures continuity of command. The change of command ceremony is a military tradition that is rich with symbolism and heritage dating back to medieval times. Soldiers often carried staffs as standards into battle that identified them as a unit. Throughout military history, unit colors have marked the position of the commander on the battlefield and served as a rallying point. While attacking or assembling on the battlefield, soldiers would follow the standard or guidons of their leader, most often found at the forward edge of the battle. In most recent times, the colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its airmen. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his or her responsibilities to the organization. The passing of the unit colors represents the transfer of authority and responsibility from the unit, one commander to another. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the arrival of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Colonel David Undruh, Commander, 142nd Wing.
Thanks. Please take your seats, everybody. Well, good morning. Thanks to everybody that could be here today. I think, Chief, thanks to you, and thanks to everybody that put the ceremony together. Like Chief mentioned, this is a little bit of a strange or unusual type of change of command because of the situation and circumstance we find ourselves in as a nation. So thanks to you, thanks to everybody that made the effort to come out here, and thanks to those of you that can't be here today. We're memorializing this change of command on video just for you, because we recognize it's important for every member of the 142nd Maintenance Group to be able to participate in this. Special thanks, Joe Primore, thanks for taking the time to come out, ma'am. I can't say enough how important it is to have your involvement, and thank you for being a senior leader so involved in our wing. And I'd also like to say thanks to the families. As much as we're going to talk about Blue and Stifler, this is your change of command, right? Because as you guys have experienced over your long Air Force career, that at least if it's anything like it is in my family, there's not a heavy black line that separates work from home, right? The phone rings in the middle of the night. There's appointments you want to go to. There's things, plans to change, and we recognize that you are all part of the leadership team. So thank you guys for being here. And I understand maybe different ages. Like my kids range from 22 to 4. So I understand maybe that has some different significance, but I want you to know that as I look at each of the children, I want you to understand that my sincere thanks to you for all the service that you give to your nation. Blue, thanks for everything you've done with the maintenance group. The things that I see in Colonel Kopp are his tenacity combined with his love for the airmen. He cares about the people that work for him. And it's obvious, and obviously that sometimes the tenacity towards getting the mission accomplished and the love of the people that work for you, sometimes those things can produce some friction. And as the commander, as the leader, you've had to recognize those areas and you've had to overcome those, and you've done a good job. And I would say, I would also challenge you to, as you recall and you reflect on your time as a commander, to remember as much leadership as you've given to the 142nd Maintenance Group, I think they've probably shaped you as a leader as well. So as much as they have followed you and followed your direction and taken your commander's intent, I think all the men and women of the 142nd Maintenance Crew have made you the commander that you are today and equipped you for your next step. And I'm really glad to be working with you at the wing, and I just want to say well done and thanks. To Stifler, I want to tell you, and I want to say in front of everybody, that's the reason I'm saying in public, that I have every confidence in the world in you, man. I'm looking forward to all the things you're going to do. My charge to you as the incoming commander is to lead an organization into compliance with all the things, all the different things that you as a professional in the maintenance realm know better than I do, but all those things that dictate and guide how we operate the treasure that the people of the United States have given us to operate. And I'd like you to take that compliance and mold it into a ready lethal force that we can present forward, that we can have here day in and day out as we support our 24/7, 365 federal mission, but also as we train and prepare to go forward wherever our nation may call us. And while you're doing all that, and you're leading all those people, my charge to you is remember that there's a human being behind the uniform, right? Like I talked to when I was addressing Colonel Kopp, you're going to lead and direct and set the stage for them, and they're going to teach you a ton of things, right? So as an effective leader, my charge to you is to balance all of those as you make a compliant, a ready, and a lethal organization made up of all those people behind those uniforms. And when I say the national treasure of the United States, I don't just mean F-15Cs and Ds, right? Because I think part of the national treasure that we're entrusted with as leaders are the people of the United States that stand up, that raise their right hand, that wear the colors of their country and serve with us. And I know you believe the same thing, and that's one of the reasons I'm excited that you're the incoming commander. So looking forward to seeing where we're going. Thanks to you for everything you've done. And to the men and women of the 142nd Maintenance Group, I want to tell you I can't be more proud of your leadership team, and I'm excited of the things that are going on in the maintenance group. I couldn't be more pleased, and I'm really thrilled to see what the future holds as we move forward. With that, before we go any further, would you gentlemen please introduce your families?
Sure. So for my family here, it's my beautiful wife Tamara, and my two beautiful daughters, which she's singularly responsible for, Taylor and Ellie. Thanks for coming.
All right. Man, you have no idea what a feat it was to get those two in long pants. That was really excellent. So I've got my wife Holly, I've got the little guy Benjamin, Jacob, Andrew, and Matthew.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce the commander of the 142nd Maintenance Group, Colonel William Kopp.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Yeah, so this is my last time to talk to you guys kind of formally here, and do my best to keep from crying. Thank you, Dwayne. Thanks so much for setting this up. I know you were just walking down the hallway, and I walked up on you and said, "Hey, I got a project for you. Would you mind setting this up for me?" So thanks for all the hard work, and I know you put a lot of extra time in this, and thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. Sheriff Maury, thanks for helping out as well. For Tamara, I mean, like the Colonel said, you know what a sacrifice it is, long days, and I couldn't have gotten it through without you. Certainly you continue to demonstrate Christian love and forgiveness and support, and so the nights of me coming home and helping me talk through things and being there for me, so thank you for that. And then for the girls, sorry, well, not there as much as I needed to be for homework, but thank you, and I love you. For the leadership, thanks for everything you've done. John Prigmore, Colonel Undruh, and the commanders before me having the faith and confidence to put me in this position. It was an outstanding opportunity, and I didn't take it lightly, and I put everything I had into it. I tell a lot of people there was some days when I met the standard, and other days I threw my best down and I didn't. So luckily I had the airmen backing me up, and so that really gets back to the thank you for all of you, for all the airmen that took care of me over the last 2 years. It really was an honor to be put in charge of you, but to be accepted was really the highest standard, right? So at some point, very soon, you guys accepted me in the organization. It became really apparent to me when the blue man showed up on the wall. I'm like, okay, they've taken me into the fold, and now they're watching out for me. And As you well know, every day in this job was a challenge. There was always something happening. This week it happens to be the landing gear malfunction. Next week it's going to be something else, right? So every day was a challenge, and it kept things interesting around here the whole time. I absolutely did grow through your mentorship of me, your ability to kind of push me in the right direction, train me on how things needed to be, and really grow me as a leader. So I really appreciate all that you've done for me. As you've heard from me in the past, one of the true measures of a leader, one of the measures, is kind of the condition of the people after you leave them. An accounting of that is I'm pretty sure I didn't lose anybody. I don't think anybody's missing any digits, fingers or arms. And the mental counseling, I don't think the chaplain was too busy in his office down the hallway. So I think we did okay there. Luckily, I had a couple chiefs who knew very well where the breakers were in the room or the fire alarm. So as I started to tromp down that road, lights went out or fire alarms went off. So I was well protected for myself. Thanks. Moving forward, so Stifler and I, we've been just great friends since I got here in 2004. A couple of really, I'll call it ignorant lieutenants, running around really doing ignorant lieutenant things. And luckily we've shown a lot of grace throughout the years, and we've been blessed with the opportunities to be in these types of positions. So I know him well. I know him really well. He's really my best friend. What you're getting out of him is somebody who's just even-tempered, just wicked smart. He's got a ready recall. He's really dedicated to what he's doing. For his backup, you know, he's basically commanded in the med clinic. He's commanded in finance. He spent time at the Joint Force Headquarters working with the TAG, so he's got the state level vision on how things should go. And then he's been out at NGB, so he's got the national level vision on how things should go. And as you well know, he's commanded in the MXS and MXS, so he knows how that's supposed to work. Has a really good grasp of how that's all going to go forward. And then ultimately, since I deployed, he's been running the MXG as my deputy and doing just an outstanding job. So, so just the highest confidence in what you're going to bring. Going forward, like Colonel Undruh said, a lot of challenges keeping the C model going until we do start see some new airframes in here with the leadership cadre that you have and Stifler at the helm. I'm fully confident that there won't be any issues keeping our C models going to the point where the EXs start rolling in. And then I know you guys will have the table well set for the EX and all the new mission sets that brings for us, and the challenges and the opportunities for us to be on a national level when that weapon system gets here. So honestly, just a great thank you. I really appreciate it. It's just been a huge honor, and thanks for bringing me into the fold.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Colonel Kopp. On behalf of the men and women of the 142nd Maintenance Group. To Ms. Tamara Kopp, please accept these red roses as a token of our appreciation. The blooming roses symbolize your devotion and dedication to the airmen of the 142nd Maintenance Group. Before we begin the actual passing of the unit guidon, which symbolizes the changing of command, I will briefly describe what you are about to witness. Due to current health concerns, the unit guidon will not be physically handed off. The Maintenance Group First Sergeant is the keeper of the colors. They are the spokesperson for the enlisted airmen and the principal advisor to the commander. The passing of the colors from the First Sergeant to the outgoing commander signifies the last act of allegiance to that commander. The passing of the colors from the outgoing commander to the senior commander signifies that the unit is never without officer leadership. The passing of the colors from the senior commander to the incoming commander signifies the passing of his trust and also the responsibility for the unit and its airmen. The passing of the colors from the incoming commander to the Group First Sergeant signifies the confidence that the commander places in the non-commissioned officer corps and the Group First Sergeant's first act of allegiance to the new commander. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command ceremony. Colonel Undruh will now execute the change of command of the 142nd Maintenance Group.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Oregon Military Department Special Order Number G022, dated 11 September 2020. Permanent appointment of Command Lieutenant Colonel Michael B. Kosderka is appointed Commander, 142nd Maintenance Group, Portland Air National Guard Base, Portland, Oregon, effective 1 October 2020. Effective 1 October 2020, Colonel William A. Kopp is relieved of assignment by order of the Governor of the State of Oregon, Kate Brown.
Center, face.
Sir, relinquish command.
Sir, I assume command. Welcome aboard.
Center, face.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my honor to introduce the Commander, 142nd Maintenance Group, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Kosderka.
Thank you, Chief. First, huge thank yous to Dwayne. He definitely got the drive-by "you got it" from Colonel Kopp, and I was totally hands-off with him throughout this whole thing. Every once in a while, I'd give him the fighter pilot standard of "you need anything," and it was always a no. Until he gave me the phone call last night, a little bit panicked, but everything was good. Everything was good. Fantastic job. These things do not happen on their own. I know. All right, you did a great job. Chief, thanks for narrating. Way easier scenes than actually done. You're doing a great job, and I really am super grateful. General Pridmore, thanks for coming out and taking time from the port to come out and be out here with us. It's really, really good to see you. We've known each other for a little while now, and it's pretty awesome to have you here today. Sir, thank you also for being here and for presiding and being here for well, a fairly scary little event for me, but I really am grateful. Colonel Antane, thanks for coming off leave. Sorry you didn't shoot anything. To the rest of the chiefs and the commanders in the room, thanks so much for attending to and taking a few minutes out of your day to be here for the 142nd Maintenance Group. It truly is humbling. It's an honor to be here. I think that we are about to have some significant challenges within the maintenance group. Lou hit on a few of them, but as you think back of just what's going on right now, we have 40-year-old airplanes, we have a global pandemic, we have historic wildfires, and then just this week we have 20-year-old parts that aren't supposed to be on our airplane anymore that are starting to pop up. It's like, what's next? But man, you should be confident the 142nd Maintenance Group has the most talented airmen in this Air Force. They are skilled and they will get the job done, and most importantly, they're going to be ready. Ready for whatever, sir, you need, ma'am, you need, or the governor or the president or anybody in between ask from us. And we're going to do that by this next coming year. We're going to really focus on, you said it already, sir, readiness and compliance. The wheels are already turning to get us to the stage that we need to be so that, ma'am, when you get the reports from Colonel Undruh, you're going to say, my gosh, the 142nd Maintenance Group has never been this ready before. And we're going to do that by focusing on education. We're going to focus on training. We're going to focus on some exercises that we have coming up that we're already working towards being absolutely excellent and surpassing your wildest dreams of what we're capable of doing. In addition, though, as we get through this year, I think something that's really been in the front of my mind ever since I had an opportunity to work at Joint Force Headquarters is the fact that I don't think we give the time and attention that we need towards the domestic operations mission and our support to civil authorities. So while we're working towards perfecting our Title 10 federal mission, both if we're deployed abroad, but also our 24/7 no-fail alert mission, we're going to also start to intertwine and then ultimately next year really focus on some domestic ops training and education so that we can make sure that when the next historic wildfires or Cascadia or floods or whatever comes up, we're ready to go at a moment's notice. And we're going to do that by focusing on our airmen. We're going to make sure that they're physically, mentally, and spiritually prepared. But one of the big focuses that I think is important is we have to make sure that every one of our airmen in the maintenance group have their family structure squared away. And by doing that and making sure that mama and the kids or papa and the kids or whatever the case might be, aunt, uncle, they're fed, they're safe, they're healthy, they're okay, so that when the emergency comes and those of us in uniform have to go to work, we're able to focus on our job. And we're going to do that through some education training and also some exercises within the group. I know, sir, you have some plans for that as well. Super looking forward to working through those. Now, to my cam cappers, my mafia, my eager beavers, LSC, QA, and CSS, you're probably hearing this and you're thinking, my gosh, you're piling more on us, more requirements, more readiness in an already high operations tempo. What I want to assure you of is that your commanders, your chiefs, and all of the full-time staff understand the challenges that we're going to ask you to do. We understand that, especially for our traditional guardsmen, that you're trying to balance this military career and lifestyle as well as your civilian job and school and all of the other things that come along with just being a human being in the United States of America. But I also want to promise you that that's my goal as well, is to help you achieve your personal and professional goals. My job is actually quite simple. My job is to remove barriers, obstructions, and any frustration that you have in order to achieve those personal and professional goals. But what I don't know is what all of those necessarily are. So as they pop up, run them up the chain of the command, and I can promise you that I will be there for you. I will help you achieve whatever it is you need to achieve so that we can be successful. Such that, ma'am, no matter what the next event is, emergency, crisis, home or abroad, we're ready. We will be there. We will not fail, I promise. That's it.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Kosderka. The men and women of the 142nd Maintenance Group would now like to present a bouquet of yellow roses to Ms. Holly Kosderka. The budding yellow flowers symbolize the youth of her new relationship with the organization, as well as the growth that lay ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please congratulate Lieutenant Colonel Kosderka on his new command. Due to current health concerns, we will not have a reception line. Please join us at the back of the room for some refreshments. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the departure of the official party.